If you want to see how I made this console with this floating top, stick around, I'll show you how I did it. So I'm trying something I haven't done before, challenging myself, so to speak. I am going to build a console with a floating top to it. And what I'm going to use for the top, this is oak flooring that came out of, or it was never used actually, in a project somewhere. And I picked it up, and I'm going to cut these down to size, glue them together for the top, and actually take the finish off a little bit too, so I can stain this a little darker. So let's see how this goes. So I'm going to make the width of this, or the length of this, to be about 54 inches. So I'm going to cut these boards down to 55 inches so that when I glue them together, if there's any shifting, I can trim the edges to even it up. So I'm going to make the width of this, or the length of this, to be about 54 inches. So I'm going to cut these boards down to 55 inches so that when I glue them together, if there's any shifting, I can trim the edges to even it up. I'm going to trim off the edges first. Then I will cut it to its size. Now that the boards are all cut to length, or to relative length, next step, so it has a shiny finish to it. I want to take that off because I'm going to stain this to a darker color when it's all glued up together. So in order to take off that finish, the next step would be to put it through the planer here. Since these boards are all tongue and groove, I got to take the tongue off of one end, that's going to be the end piece, and then the groove off the back piece. So we'll do that on the table saw. So now we need to glue this up. I've got the clamps out. I'm going to put the glue into the grooves on all the boards and then pull them together. pretty well, nice and flat. So the next step is to, I made this a little longer. I want it to be 54 inches. So I need to cut the ends off to even them out. So this measured to be a little less than 54 inches, and also with the tongue and groove, if I leave the edges as they are, it really won't look good. So what I've done is I've cut 2 more boards to make what we call B-board ends on the piece, and then so I can get it to 54 inches doing that. So I need to cut this down, take a few inches off of each end, and then glue this up. I'm going to attach this with dowels, so I need to draw some lines here to line up both ends. So there's a lot of different ways to attach these breadboard ends, but I'm going to do it with dowels, and I'm going to be using a tool called Dowelmax, which is good because it'll line the holes up center on each end so that you get a nice clean fit. And I'm going to be using 3/8 inch dowels. So just line this up. It does give you an indicator on here with the 3/8 inch hole. legs have been the legs were already cut with the curvature here to meet the side rails. And what I want to do is I want to curve it up where the top of the rail meets the board on both sides. So I just used a little rounded piece like this to draw it up, and then I'll go to the bandsaw and cut that out. So to attach the legs to the stringer, I'm going to mark off. I'm going to do this with dowels as well. I'm going to mark off the spots and then drill the holes. So I've attached the legs to the frame, and I put these 3 pieces, cross pieces, to keep the frame together because there is no side braces on this particular model. Next step will be to put the braces on for the bottom shelf and make the bottom shelf.